Hey everybody, Chrissy here. Chrissy from the car. I am tuning in right now on my daily drive in order to give you 3 tips for making your living acting right where you are without having to move to a big city. And these are good old-fashioned professional tips that any business owner would use if they were starting off a business in their local hometown. And number 1 is join your local chamber of commerce. Join your local chamber of commerce. And what happens when you join your local chamber of commerce is that they give you it basically opens the door to their lists of other business owners, right? You get access to mailing labels, addresses, phone numbers, and the decision makers at those locations near you. And having that list, and their emails these days, right? So having that list opens up the door for you because now you're one of them and you get to go and mingle at their get-togethers. Sometimes you can have a table at their chamber of commerce events. You know, like business PMs you can go to and start mingling with others. The things you want to take with you to events like that are obviously business cards saying what you do if you're an actor, a voiceover artist, and then you can talk to people about what you do at those events that are specifically geared towards letting you do that, right? People expect it. And to be frank, most of the people there are going to be in the insurance businesses, are going to be restaurant owners, they're going to be people who sell cars maybe. And frankly, most people who are talking to those guys know what they do, and it's not that interesting. You might be the only person there who does voiceover and acting, and so everybody's going to want to talk to you. It's interesting. Then you can follow up with people. You make sure to get everybody's business card and you just simply ask them, may I follow up with you? Is it okay if I send you an email with my link to my voiceover website or to your LinkedIn page or wherever you are featured on the internet? And when you are talking to them, you want to make sure that they understand that you provide voiceover as a service for their commercials, right? So everybody knows when you're listening to the radio, which, you know, people still do that, when they're listening to the radio, that they can hear a voiceover from their local furniture store. And I mean, it's just not that good. We don't want to hear the voice of the business owner. I know that radio stations will tell business owners that they're just trying to sell the airtime, but that's not the case. When you hear a professional voiceover doing the local furniture store, you are more likely to feel that that organization is professional and hire them for the money that they're trying to charge. Okay, so I think I've exhausted tip number 1. Please leave me a comment if you have any questions about how to do that or how to do more with that. But honestly, marketing and advertising, that sort of thing, is a professional business acumen that you must know as an actor or voiceover artist. And making sure to connect with your local businesses so that you can provide that service to them includes monthly or quarterly or weekly follow-ups with engaging material about them. So you want to personalize that. Tip number 2 is connecting with your local business owners on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is great because everybody expects a professional engagement on LinkedIn. And if you are able to be professional and highlight your things or the things that you do, you're going to be in great shape with that. Here's a bonus tip on LinkedIn. If your profile is beefed up and has everything that you provide and tells business owners when they click to come and visit you on your LinkedIn page exactly how you can help them, then it's a no-brainer for them. Also, if you are going to pay for any service as a local actor, LinkedIn is the premium service is something you want to do, because then you can reach out to business owners who you are not connected with, and you can start a conversation up with them. You want to remember that it takes 7 times for somebody to become interested or engage in your message. We are all bombarded every day, all day, with people wanting to sell us things on the internet, and that means you have to be persistent. And even if it's the 8th time or the 9th time before they connect with you or respond to you, then you have to be persistent and keep going. If you need more information on LinkedIn promotion of yourself as a local business owner, actor, voiceover artist, drop a comment below and I will get back to you as soon as I'm able. And tip number 3 is to go door to door. Good old-fashioned insurance salesman technique that works. People are not doing that anymore. Everybody's sending an email or a text message. And although those things are amazing and they work great, you need to find a way to stand out in the clamor. Good old door-to-door sales is how you can stand out in the crowd as a voiceover and actor. In your local community, as you're building a business, making your living, acting right where you are. Now, when you're door to door, you want to make sure that you're introducing yourself and asking for an appointment. When you're going door to door, you might end up talking to people who are the gatekeepers. And gatekeepers are the people who are well trained at keeping you from talking to the decision makers. And so striking up friendliness with those gatekeepers is just part of the job, right? So you might stop into a restaurant 6 times before you actually earn an appointment. One of those 6 times you might meet the business owner or the decision maker when you walk in that door, and then they'll be aware of you because you've stopped by and dropped your business card off so many times. Maybe even dropped off a DVD. I don't know. People don't really do that anymore, but you know, the business card with your QR code to your website is wise. Anyway, so back to that door-to-door knocking. When you establish yourself as a professional in your industry, because you continuously drop by and they're familiar with that behavior from other people like distributors or people who want to earn their business. Insurance people do this all the time. Then they start to respect you as an authority for what you do, which is voiceover and acting, right? So they don't know that they may not even know that they're hiring people to do that hiring people to do voiceover is an excellent opportunity for them to appear more professional in their local radio ads. But not to mention, often these folks are doing commercials, right? You've all seen those commercials where local businesses just feel awkward in front of a camera and they have no desire to be in front of the camera, but they also don't know what else to do. Sometimes you see like local community theater people do stuff like that, and that's great. But if they were professional and they wanted to get paid, they would actually come memorized and make sure that they really shined on camera, right? So that's your job. That's what you want to do as a professional on-camera actor. Other things that you can offer them is when they're doing events, perhaps for their employees or for local businesses, you can offer to come and MC it or host it. Now, let's talk about pricing real quick as a bonus tip. I gave you tips 1 through 3, which were join your local chamber of commerce so that you can schmooze with local business owners and get their mailing and emailing addresses. 2 was LinkedIn and connecting with them there. And 3 is door-to-door sales. The additional tip here, this bonus tip, is about pricing. Okay, so a lot of business owners in local markets tend not to hire professional voiceover or on-camera professionals because nobody's ever offered the service to them. It is not because they can't afford to do it. They do think, when they're being pitched by local radio stations, by the way, they think that, I think they're being told that doing it themselves is more cost effective and that it doesn't matter if a professional does it or not. Google it, and you will learn to disagree as strongly as me. Bonus tip number 2, reach out to local excuse me, ouch. Reach out to local production companies. There are professional local production companies near you that provide professional camera and voiceover services, and you want to be on their roster. I will tell you this: if you look at one of the videos, one of my videos in my video and spokesperson or actor Chrissy Hogue Bartels playlist, all of the work that I'm doing there is professional. It looks professional. It's incredibly well done, and most of them are award-winning, Telly Awards and Addy Awards winning. And that's because I hooked up with a local production company that does solid, beautiful work. Some of the other things we did together after we built a relationship, they brought me in, and I charged a minimum of $500 for a 4-hour workday to be in their commercials for the local airport, for example. And they got a lot of attention. The community just loved those commercials, and it gave the local airport the attention really that they were looking for. They're trying to sell tickets to their airlines, right? And having a great commercial with a professional actor in their commercials made that happen for them. So you want to find your local production companies and get involved with them. Here is another thing that those local production companies do, and that is, or that you could get them to do, and that is help you produce a film festival. Because of that super professional production company that I worked with, being so good at what they do, we were able to put on an Inception film festival evening gala that people were so impressed by. You invite press to that kind of an event. You invite everybody in business to that kind of event. You sell tables for $300 for 10 people to that kind of event. You bring in a film that isn't like the top blockbuster hit, but that has a couple of name actors in it, and you bring one of those actors along, and now you've got yourself a film festival, which is named Top 25 Coolest Film Festivals in the World by Movie Maker Magazine. Yep, we did it. So I think that's about as many tips as I could possibly give about working locally as an actor and a voiceover artist while I'm on my daily drive. And again, if you have any questions, please drop a comment below. As always, I promote Wendy Alane Wright and her Hollywood Winner's Circle, because she will really help you get your materials together to help you stand out as a true professional. And that way, when you are ready to move to the big city and be in TV or in film or whatever it is, your materials are exactly made for that. And Wendy Alane Wright helps you do that. I popped a link in the description below for you to head on over and check Wendy out. And if you're finding any value from the tips that I drop in these videos, please subscribe and hit the bell so that you're notified every single time that I post one of these videos, so that you can learn more and more how to make a living acting right where you are. I do love giving this information away for free. I don't charge for my services. the links and descriptions and other videos suggest that I might, but I actually decided that I'd rather make my money making my living and give away these tips for free. So if you guys will subscribe and hit the bell, you'll be notified when I do that, and write those comments so that I pop in and give you some answers and share the information with your actor buddies. You might want to do that in other cities so they're not your direct competition, but honestly, if they are completely different than you, or for example, they could play your wife or your husband or your partner, or your mom or your dad, then maybe bringing in more actors than just yourself heightens what you offer. All right, you guys, I think that's about it. I've been talking for 15 minutes. Love ya. Have a beautiful day. Be well and stay safe. Mwah.